So since day one of owning the 55 here, I've had dozens of people tell me how cool the car would be with a fiberglass front clip on it, like the lift-off style or the tilt front ends. And I kept telling them, no way. No way, Jose, this thing's staying all steel, all glass till I die. Well, turns out I might be a little bit of a fibber. You good boy? You good boy? Oh gosh. You're such a good boy. Alright, dude. We gotta get back on the road. Yeah? We gotta get back on the road. You can go lay down? No. Go lay down. Well, this is our new fiberglass one-piece front end for the 55. Super light. So basically the whole time I've had the 55, I've been saying to everybody who's said, man, it'd be cool to put a fiberglass front end on that thing. I kept saying, no, I'm going to leave it all steel.
That idea, what the hell?
Yeah, that was the plan until last night. You know, typical car guy stuff. I was looking around on a marketplace and found a pretty good deal on a fiberglass front end. So, went and picked it up for a couple $100, and now we're about to test fit it on the thing. So, we gotta heave this thing off. We'll probably might move some stuff and stand it up on end over there.
I cramped my fucking leg. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you're dancing? All right, there's our front end sitting in place. Yeah, the corner's a touch low, but that's how we're gonna look. Door gap lines up pretty darn good. You can see it just, we'll have a pin down there and then pins up here, which I might move. I'm not sold on those yet. And then that hood scoop's gotta go. We're flat hood gang here. It looks pretty rough, but for a couple $100, man. I wish the other side looked like this. I almost like the like patina look to it. Makes it look kind of ratty. It really makes the front end look a lot higher. It looks a lot more gassery, which no, I am not going to make this car a gasser. If someday down the road I get another one somehow, then that one may be a gasser, but it would have to be a post car. And then the grill here, they never cut out. They just cut a bunch of holes in it, which this I'm going to completely cut out so that I can bolt in the stock grill for it. And I have to like panel bond on some angle brackets so that I can bolt on my lower splash panel here. I might try to find a fiberglass one, but just this piece isn't going to be super heavy. And the fenders themselves, so if I had to guess, I would say each fender's, I don't know, 20 pounds maybe, and then the hood's probably another 40. It didn't feel super heavy. I was able to move it by myself, no problem. But yeah, let's say this whole front is 80 pounds. I bet this thing is probably 20, 25. And then I also ditched the inner fenders off that stock setup. So we are going to put a little bit of weight back in this with the grill and the lower piece, but man, I'm so happy with this. I think what I'll probably end up doing is trying to get rid of the hood scoop, flat hood, which replicating this little ridge in the center might suck. And then I'll probably just primer that gray. But yeah, I just saw this thing pop up and I could not resist. Even though I've been saying this whole time it's going to stay all steel. I'm not putting fiberglass on it. This is a street car. Well, when life hands you lemons, you get a fiberglass front clip. So I need to go get some cans of gray primer and spray this thing immediately. It stands out like a sore thumb. So obviously, aside from the front end, plans have changed for this car a little bit. I was going to try to completely restore it. I mean, that's trash. But I was going to try to make it really, really nice. I don't really care to do that anymore. I just am at the point that I just want to drive this thing. It's the age-old thing of don't get it right, just get it running. And I just want to get this thing running. I'm still going to make it nice. I'm probably going to replace the floor still because it's just got a bunch of holes and everything in it. But I'm not going to worry about every single little detail on it. Like you can see all the rusted pinholes there. So yeah, I'm probably still going to cut the floor out and put a new pan in it. I might still put quarters on it. I don't know. I might just leave them for now and say to heck with it. Obviously paint the front end to match. And then I'll probably either ladder bar or 4-link the back, mini tub so I can fit 28-10-5s and start getting our aluminum 5.3 together for it. I need to get headers and motor mounts. I've got a radiator I think will work. I've got that badass intercooler off Andrew's car. And then I got the blower there. I'm still planning on doing a blower, so I need the headers and stuff for it. I want to put the aluminum 3.5-inch X-pipe exhaust on it that I initially bought for the RX-7. And I would like to put the manual steering rack on it and make that work, which I should be able to do. I know I'm going to have to mess with the steering column a little bit. And then I've got a Kirky over there. I'd like to get another Kirky. And I think once the paint and bodywork and the floor and stuff like that is done, I might send it over to my buddy Scott's and just beg him, please, please, please put a cage in this thing. Because he's like 10 times the fabricator I am. We'll put like a 850 cage in it with some front bars coming out, which is what I'll probably mount the front end off of. And then I can also make standoffs to hold the radiator. And then I should be able to just drive and enjoy the car for a little while, which is really all I want. I don't care about having a show car. I would like it to have decent paint, but I don't want it to be a show car because I want to drive the piss out of it. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And there is still the urge to make this thing tilt because that's just badass. And you don't see a whole lot of tilt front ends on gasser style 55s. So I don't know, we might do that. I don't really want to cut off the frame horns. But you know, we'll see. If I do cut them off, I'll save them so that I could weld them back on down the road if I change my mind. But yeah, I'm just so stoked on this car and I'm just itching so bad to get to work on it, which is part of why some of you guys might have noticed I put the Cobra up for sale on Marketplace. Yeah, I've got a lot of project cars and I've been thinking I kind of want to get down to like a 2-car system. Now, obviously the red truck and the Fiero aren't going anywhere. The red truck, more or less a daily driver. The Fiero, that's my wife's car. So for me, the 2 would be obviously the 55 and probably the S10 because so many people love that truck so far. And I think it's a fun build series, and I have plans for once that build series is done that I want to do. So the Mustang, that would fit in kind of a similar place that the 55 would be, kind of like drag and drive sort of vibe. So I don't really need 2 of those, and I'm not going to sell the 55. So the Mustang, I figured I'll put that up for sale, and that'll help fund the 55 and some other stuff like the Moonshine Prep, and kind of like restructure the channel around the 55, the S10, and obviously Jack. Everybody loves Jack. So that's kind of all we had going on today. Just a quick little trip to go pick up the front end and talk about things a little bit. I can't stop looking at it. Like, even though it looks for the most part like a normal front end, just yellow, it's fun to look at knowing that it's a fiberglass front clip. This side, it almost like fades from the yellow to the primer. That's pretty cool. I do wish that it had the one-piece splash panel on it. That's the only way I think it could be better. Well, and a flat hood. That's a bummer. So I think that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking the bell to get the notifications when the videos go up. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you to everybody who shares the video. All that stuff helps the channel out. If you want any merch, first link in the description below. 10% off at Snake Eater Performance for injectors using code Snydertron. 5% off at Shipbox Supply for like fittings and stuff like that using code Snydertron. And I think we have the Circle D discount code working again. That's Snyder3000. I can't put that in the description permanently because apparently they disabled it because a bunch of like the bot accounts and stuff like that, like the bot websites, found it and they were just spamming it everywhere. So that's why it got taken down for a little bit. But we should be back in business. I just can't put it in the description. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.